Okay, good morning again. So this is going to be your first official guidebook lesson. Okay, guys? So we are going to look at some things that we've already done. So the first thing you need to do is open your resource folder, your red folder, to that figurative language page. Okay, it should look something along the lines, let me find a good copy of it, of this. Okay, if you can, nope, see that. Okay, so you have a chart and it says, I believe, chapter and page number, figurative language example, and what does it mean. So go ahead and find that in your red folder now. Pause the video if you need to, and have your book open to chapter 1. Okay, since you have that, because there's that pause button, I'm going to go ahead and read just the beginning of chapter 1 and pause when I find a figurative language, and we're going to talk about how you record it and what it means. Now, we have dealt with figurative language since August in the Hurricane Unit. Okay, so the young prince was known here and there and just about everywhere else as Prince Brat. But not even black cats would cross his path. One night the king was holding a grand feast. Sneaking around behind the lords and ladies, Prince Brat tied their powdered wigs to the backs of their oak chairs. Then he hid behind a footman to wait. When the guests stood up to toast the king, the wigs came flying off. The lords clasped their bare heads as if they'd been scalped. The ladies shrieked. Prince Brat, he was never called that to his face, of course, tried to keep from laughing. He clapped both hands over his mouth, but out it ripped, a cackle of ha-has and haw-haws and hee-hee-hees. The king spied him and looked mad enough to spit ink. Okay, so that is our first figurative language phrase that we come across. So the king spied him and looked mad enough to spit ink. So, is that a simile, metaphor, or idiom? Think about it. Okay, you should have said metaphor. Okay, so what does it mean? The king spied him and looked mad enough to spit ink. So look at your red folder, your resource folder, and I want you to record the page, chapter 1 and page number on your handout, and then you're going to write that phrase. The king spied him and looked mad enough to spit ink. Okay, pause the video if you need to, and then write, what does that mean? Well, if I'm thinking about it, if I looked at you guys and I was spying you and I looked mad enough to spit ink, that would tell you that I was very, give me the word, frustrated, very angry, mad. Okay, so let's use those upper level words and let's record that on your recording sheet. Okay. All right, great. So I'm going to continue. And of course, I lost my place again. All right, fetch the whipping boy. Prince Brat knew he had nothing to fear. He had never been spanked in his life. He was a prince, and it was forbidden to spank, thrash, cuff, smack, or whip a prince. A common boy was kept in the castle to be punished in his place. Fetch the whipping boy! The king's command traveled like an echo from guard to guard, up the stone stairway to a small chamber in the drafty north tower. Okay, I'll pause there. You should have found the figurative language. Say it out loud. I want to hear you. Okay, yeah. A king's command traveled like an echo from guard to guard up the stone stairway to the small chamber in the drafty north tower. So again, on your handout page, chapter 1, your page number. Okay, pause the video when you need to write. Figurative language. The actual phrase is, king's command traveled like an echo. Okay, now what does that mean? Does it mean that when he said fetch the whipping boy, that it went all by itself all the way up? Well, you got to think about the medieval times. You had all of these soldiers, okay? And think about that game when you play the, what is it called? When someone says something in someone's ear and then they say something and they say something and it goes that way. So you got to think about all of these soldiers are lined up this stone stairway. It's a grand feast and the king says, fetch the whipping boy. Well, that guard turns and says, fetch the whipping boy. And they say it all the way up until that one guard heard, and then he went and fetched Jimmy out of his sleep. Okay, so that is our figurative language for simile. That's right, and I knew y'all know simile because simile, this phrase has what word that makes it a simile? Say it out loud. Like. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to go on into chapter, I'm going to have y'all do this. So for the next, you're going to pretend because this is like time-lapsed. I want you to find the next one, okay? And then we'll see if we're right. We'll come back, and I'll give y'all a couple of extra ones that you should have found. So you're going to read the remaining chapter 1 and chapter 2, and I want you to record at least 4. How many? Say it out loud. 4. 4 more figurative language sprays on your handout in your red folder. Okay, remember figurative language, you give a chapter and page number, the phrase, and then you tell me what it means in your resource folder. Okay, and I'll come back and check on you guys later.